All right, I guess we'll get right to it, get it out of the way. What's the status of Brandon going into the future?
Well, in the future, he'll be quarterbacking for us someday, but not probably this weekend. So we'll see. We're trying to see still. I mean, it's a matter of just getting all the MRI and everything cleared up. But sure, it looks like he'll be out for a while. But again, crazier things have happened, so we'll find out. But as of right now, we're Jared Henning will be leading the group this weekend.
What is the initial test shown?
Right now, nothing. So we're trying to figure all of it out. But I would say it didn't look very good on tape. You know, I've been doing this long enough, so I think he's going to miss some time. But again, you never know with miracles and everything else. But surely out this weekend, we'll see if we can get him back. But right now, it doesn't look great. No.
What do you see happen on the injury?
Just he was running. It was a non-contact injury, so it was just running, just like he's done a million times before, and knee buckled. So. We're just trying to find out how much damage is in there and waiting for the swelling to go down, all those sorts of things. But if Brandon can be back, he'll be back. And if not, then you got to move on. It's kind of the next man in theory, which we talked about here a million times. So unfortunate for the kid, he was really playing extremely well. So hopefully he can get back. And if not, we got some other guys that are chomping at the bit to get in there.
Yeah, with the quarterback battle, Jared had a lot more reps than maybe your backup quarterback would normally see. How much more confidence does that give you coming into the next week and later on?
Well, and even in the offseason, you had Jared and Brandon battling out in the spring, and then we talked about the development of Alec Ogden, who's a true freshman who will play this weekend. We'll pull another red shirt. I'm sure he'll be out there in some capacities as well, but we always are going to play two quarterbacks, and it just happened to be, Brandon won the battle, and so now Jared's got to step in and get going. But Alec will get an opportunity to go out there. That's why we recruited him here. He was during the summer, so it's just a matter of how far he can progress and see where he can do. So we're excited about those guys. It's their opportunity to get out there, so we'll see how they do.
How strong do you think that group of freshman running backs you have is?
Right now, I mean, they look pretty good on a piece of paper. It's fun to see. You got Jalen Fry, Sage Booker, and then we played Sherrod Catherine last week from Milk River as well. So playing three really freshmen. Jalen would be the redshirt freshman out of the group. So they're gifted. They all bring different things to the table. Sage had a really great week last week running the ball. He's fluid. He could go out and catch the ball in the backfield and stuff. And Sherrod's just like a wild stallion. He just runs wherever he goes. It's not much following the holes. He just runs hard all over the place. So it's a fun complement of the three, and then hopefully Lukowski can get back too.
What have you seen out of Alec that gives you confidence putting him out there this week?
Hey, the thing is like we go back to his high school film, and that's why we recruited him to be here. So there was little doubt in my mind going into the year that we probably wouldn't have three quarterbacks playing. We've always had three since Hein was here, just because Hein would get dinged or some people would get dinged out. So probably surprised that we haven't played him at this point. We contemplated last week putting him in, and we thought we'd wait to see what the results were with Brandon, and we're still with that. But right now, if Brandon misses extended time, if he misses a week, 2 weeks, 4 weeks for the season, I don't even know. Then we got to figure things out. And Alec is the next guy. He's now number 2, and he'll be fine. I mean, he's going to push Jared for that spot. He's a gifted kid, and you look at his numbers out of high school. It's a similar offense. So we're excited about his future, and his future was supposed to be next year. And now it's, 48 hours away. So we'll see how he does.
What does it say about the defense? They were able to get a shutout last week.
It was fun. Those are hard to come by in college football now. I mean, it's maybe 15 years ago, 10 years ago, you'd probably see, even in your league, maybe 2 or 3 a week. But the way offenses go, and as fast as they go, and the amount of reps they get, and just the amount of skilled kids you have on the field, Banks is a good offensive coordinator. So it was fun to be able to shut Craig out. Obviously having him here for a while, it was fun. Didn't think it would probably happen 66-0, to be honest with you. I thought it'd be a lot closer game than that, and he was just kind of steamrolled out of control on our end, and we played well in the first half. And so, but I'm happy for Coach Bish being a new coordinator, getting one his second game. That's pretty special. I think it took me a couple of years before I got mine, so it was fun to see.
Tom, with Jared getting the good All-State Good Works team, what does that say about Jared, of the type of person he is to be able to receive that award?
Jared is very unique in that aspect, that he does everything on campus. He does everything that you'd probably look for in your future son-in-law type of deal. Great student, great ambassador for the university. So couldn't be more proud of him. And that, again, goes back to Jared has worked extremely hard to even get into the role that he's at. He's probably not the purest passer and all those sorts of things, but he's a competitor and puts you in the right spot. So I think it just trickles over to his football side of stuff, and that's why he's a great leader, and the guys respect him, and he'll play well. He'll get that opportunity, and he'll go out and do it. I have confidence in him.
How does the success of your run game has had, give confidence to whoever's behind center that'll perform well with the running game?
I would hope so. Turn on, hand it off. It's kind of been the method a little bit, but I think it goes back to what Coach Pike does on offense, along with Coach Olszewski. I think both those guys working together have done a really good job, kind of meshing their blends of football. Because again, we're talking about two coordinators that really haven't worked together before, so that's not easy. Putting two personalities in the same room, but they worked well. I think the quarterbacks and running backs, the O-line guys have all kind of bought in, and you play fast, and you probably have teams that maybe even fit it right. Like Mary had plenty of guys in the box at times, and I think by going fast, it kind of melted down a little bit, and we pop one that should go for 3 or 4 yards, turned into a 30-yard touchdown. Like one of Sage Early's run in that game, he come out of pile, and it's like, how did he get out of it? And it's just they were wore down, and we kept going fast, and nothing's going to change in that aspect. We're going to obviously, if we're going to try to run the ball, they're going to probably force us to throw it eventually here, but when they do that, we got some pretty dynamic receivers too, so we've just been able to take what they give us, and that's what the quarterbacks have done a good job of.
And all the work in the off season and be the leader that he is, and finally, get a chance to prove himself.
He's obviously extremely excited. He takes a lot of ownership in being the leader, and has been for the 4 years he's been here, and really rallied the guys. You can see it was clear the minute I walked in last spring that he had a strong hold on all the guys on the team, and they respect him. So he's obviously extremely excited, wants to make the most of it, and feels like it's a great opportunity for him to go out there and shine. He's obviously got a bunch of experience in previous years and done well for us, so we expect nothing less from him this Saturday.
How does the game plan change, Brandon, compared to either Jared or Alec?
Not a ton, and that's kind of what Coach Olson and I have put together, is that we need to have an offense that is plug and play, essentially. We knew going in that we'd play some young running backs. Certainly that our quarterback was probably going to be a redshirt freshman. So there's certainly things that Brandon can do that the other two can't. There's things that Jerry can do the other two can't. There's things that Al can do that the other two can't. So we wanted to get a bunch of install in during fall camp that complemented everybody, so that we could have a foundation for when we did have to change personnel, that we could still roll.
Obviously, the running game's putting up a lot of numbers, but the receivers, there's a lot of question marks there, and they've, performed pretty damn well. How have they kind of helped out, your quarterbacks and come along this season?
They have. Obviously, walking in the spring and seeing those guys run around, going through spring ball, we could certainly tell that there was a lot of talent there. And then we just challenged them to work a little bit harder and understand that we're going to be a run-first offense. If you want to play the 12th game, 13th game, win in this league late, that you have to be able to run the football. You go into weather games, whatever it may be. So take pride in your stock blocking, and then we'll set you up for success on the rest of that. So they really took pride in it, and then obviously we're building out things to hopefully put them, and whoever it may be, first read into their best skill set and the best position they can play.
What has Alex showed you early in his career that gives you the confidence to put him out there?
Alex is a really smart kid. He was able to get here early this summer and start learning some of the offense, and really picks up on things pretty quickly. And so as we sit in quarterback meetings, a lot of times he's the first to answer when we're talking about what attachment would be the best here. What concept are we looking at in this coverage? And he's pretty quick to answer all that stuff with no hesitation, and knows the progression on things. So obviously he's still young and probably a little nerve-wracked with it, but he's a gamer. If you go watch his high school tape, 63% completion percentage for 2 years in a row at the high school level, won a ton of games. So he doesn't lack confidence by any means.
Putting up a shutout last week, what does it say about the whole defensive unit?
Goose egg means we're strong, we're on the right track to where we want to go. I think it was just finally coming together. I mean, Northern got, 10 points on us, I think, but it was just us doing everything, all the little things that Coach Bolte preaches on every day. Goose egg.
17 points it was.
17? You probably got some garbage time. Don't count.
It was, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
You had another long punt return the first half there. How big a part of your game is that your returns?
Don't rub it in that I didn't score. That's what all the guys are giving me crap about right now. But it's huge. I love doing it. the coaches have told me that I'm not going to be on it every year just because they're scared of me getting hurt and blah, blah, blah. They always tell me that. And I'm like, this is one of my favorite parts of the game. You know, there's no adrenaline rush quite like looking up at a ball, wondering if you can get your head taken off by some guy screaming down the field. And it's huge. I mean, our guys up front are doing a great job. We're probably one block away from scoring. And then I think when we start scoring those touchdowns, they're just going to keep coming until teams stop punting to us.
So this is a rivalry game this weekend. What does it mean to you to have a hubcap to go after?
The hubcap, I've had it my whole career here, and I don't plan on giving it away. We're going to have a nice and spit shine on the sideline where they can see the glare of it, but no, they're not going to get their hands on it. So it's a lot of fun for me playing these rivalry games because we've been on the up and Crookston kind of been on the low, but we don't look at it like that when we practice or in the game. We look at it like this is our trophy. We want to hold on to it for the remainder of Bemidji State's existence, pretty much.
With some turbulence on offense, quarterback and whatnot, how does the defense kind of step up in that role to, put up goose eggs like you said to make it real easy on the offense?
That's what we want to do. We got a lot of faith in Jared. He knows the offense about better than anybody. He probably knows it better than Pike. And but we just want to help him out, get his feet wet, and when he gets rolling, we won't have a problem. But we're planning on putting up a few more goose eggs this year, so Jared won't have to do too much.
Obviously not the way you wanted to get the starting quarterback position, but what's it going to be like on Saturday?
I wouldn't anticipate much of change. Kind of the same game plan going in. Just go out and do our thing. I've been kind of preparing the whole time for this. As you said, not the way I want to get this starting quarterback job. It stinks for Brandon. He's a great guy, and pretty much I just wanted to comfort him. I texted him all about it. And it's a bummer for him. No one wants to go down that way, so I was really sad to see that. At the same time, it's football and it's next man up. So we kind of have to go by that mentality at every position on the field. So we're not going to take any steps back.
How does having that, the quarterback competition in the offseason, getting those extra reps with the first team kind of prepare you more than maybe you would in a traditional backup role?
Oh, definitely. Having that quarterback competition all fall camp, I got reps with them as well. So it's kind of nothing new. So I kind of know how the receivers are on, the line blocks and all that. So it's going to be, it's really comfortable this whole week. It's been a smooth adjustment.
How's it having all those running backs in the backfield? How does it really help you adjust to taking over the offense?
Oh, it makes it so much easier. When you have a stronger run game, it makes the pass game so much easier. We can run the ball. We have a great O-line. So the O-line is what starts it all. All the credit to them. And then having that four-headed monster back there right now. Three-headed, and then when Drew comes back, it's gonna be deadly, and they can catch out of the backfield. It makes it even more of an attack.
I know one of the things that the coaches talk about is your ability to run. That adds another dimension. How do you see that as part of your skill set this week and in the future?
It definitely makes it more of an attack, but at the same time, right now we pretty much only have 2 or 3 quarterbacks, so I don't know how much of an attack that's going to be. But when I need to run, I will. I think we're going to try to use our running backs. We have 4 of them, so we utilize them as much as we can, but it definitely brings a different dimension to the game when you can drop back, run out of it. Kind of brings it the real dual threat.
And coach is saying that Alex is going to see some time. What have you seen in his brief time here that gives you some confidence when he's out there?
One of the things that's really impressed me right away is Alex came up about 2 or 3 weeks earlier, and he's a very, very smart kid. He kind of took over the offense right away, and he grasped it. So having him go out there, whether I'm out there or he's out there, we kind of have a really good control of the offense. And even though he's young, he's very bright, very intelligent. So he kind of knows all the concepts, all the blocking schemes and everything, which will help him a lot.
So being up for that All-State Good Hands Award, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot. Colin actually nominated me for that, so I'm pretty thankful to him. Came and shook his hand right away. It kind of means more than just football. We come here for football, that's why I came here, that's why everyone came here, but kind of doing stuff in the community. That's kind of what more, I'm not going to say more meaningful, but there's more to the game than just football, more to life than just football. So it means a lot that it kind of gets recognized. But I'm just going to keep doing everything I can to help the community, help our school, and help people out there.